Folks, this video highlights certain things that hopefully will give you the idea that our time is short here because there are many signs out there that point to the second coming of Jesus Christ. And prior to that happening will be the rapture of the church. So we are living on borrowed time. So we're talking about things such as regathering of Jerusalem, revival of the Roman Empire. These are key factors. The approaching second coming of Jesus Christ. Okay, the gathering of nations for the Ezekiel 38 war is happening right now. The prominent thing that's happening is Russia's attack on Israel. It's going to be happening shortly. Know that there have been pacts made between Iran and Russia. Have you ever heard of a runner running a race that said, whatever you do, don't tell them where the finish line is? Of course not, because as they get closer to the finish line, they're going to exert an extra amount of energy. They want to know so they can exert some extra energy for the race. In a car race, they usually wave a flag, which indicates that the cars only have one more lap to go before the race is ended. And that's a desirable thing because, the drivers are likely to take more chances on that last lap so that they can take the lead in the race. Now, here in our world, there's a flag that's been going out for the rapture for quite a while now. We're on the last lap, so to speak, before the rapture. So why are there signs that the rapture is about to happen, or the second coming of Christ is about to happen, or the tribulation is about to happen? So we could see it and know what to do as opposed to just cruising. I couldn't imagine Noah, for example, sitting up on the ark and going, hey, relax, everybody. Everything's good. No, I'm sure there was some sense of urgency in whatever he was saying at that time. So if you take a look at all the nations that are in the world and what they are doing blatantly, 50 to 80 years ago, they might have been doing these things, but they were doing it in secret. Now it's wide out in the open and for the public. Iran basically says we want to annihilate Israel, for example, and the United States. Then there's Benjamin Netanyahu saying things that the war in Gaza down by Rafah is literally some of the most of the fightings coming to an end. The fighting in Rafah is coming to an end. Now, there's still missiles that are being shot and rockets that are being fired from Gaza into Israel, certainly. Tel Aviv went dark the other day for a matter of hours. That's pretty crazy. Tel Aviv going dark. All of the talk is now that the war is getting ready to shift to the north. And the fighting will be with Hezbollah. Citizens from various nations, like such as Canada, for example, are being told to leave Lebanon because of what's about to happen. And the war could even go nuclear. How do we know? There's been talk of nuclear war, setting off the threats of using nuclear weapons these days. It's always been available, but never has been threatened to this level before. Folks, we are in the last days. This is the end of the end times. In order to be included in the rapture, you must believe in your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and believe in his finished work on his cross, that his shedding of his perfect blood was done for the purpose of your salvation. You don't have much time left if you're not right with Jesus. You're going to want to take some time right this second and get right with Jesus. Prove to him that you believe in his finished work on the cross. Read the Bible about salvation. If you believe with your heart, that makes you right with God. But to confess with your mouth will save you. Folks, if you don't get saved before the rapture of the church, then you're going to be left behind. And those that are left behind will go through a 7-year tribulation. The first 3.5 years of tribulation will be a false sense of peace and prosperity. The second 3.5 years of tribulation will be God's wrath poured upon every single person who dwells on the earth. You can still be saved if you don't take the mark of the beast. But now, today, is the day to live for Jesus Christ. After the rapture, it will be a time for you to die for Jesus Christ. How will you die? You'll be beheaded because you refuse to take the mark of the beast. And the mark of the beast is required in order to buy or sell. Folks, I encourage you to submit your life to Jesus Christ before it's too late.